My bedroom has 3 windows in it, and if I pull the shade and open the blind on the right side of my bedroom, I look right into the backyard of our neighbors. I watched our neighbor a couple of days ago tying up his outside furniture. And he had this beautiful tarp, and he had this twine. It wasn't the thickness of a rope, but it was kind of twine-ish, rope-ish. And he was putting as much of his might in there to try and get this thing so tight that the wind wouldn't come up and lift it off. I watched him go inside after he got that all done, and he was content. Then I saw a squirrel come, and tenacious, working at that knot and at that cord, trying to get it, gnawing at it, working at it. Didn't get it, went away. The next morning I open my blind and look outside. There's the same squirrel going at that knot, trying to get that apart. And finally, I watched him for about an hour, believe it or not, and finally, boom, the thing came apart and he got the rope broken and undone. I don't know what the man said when he saw it, but I'm sure he wasn't too happy. But that relentless squirrel was like the relentless widow, until she got what she wanted from the unjust judge. But our parable isn't about God who is like a bad knot or an unjust judge. The parable is very clear that it is all about us praying all the time without getting weary. Praying. I heard a story about a couple who had a little boy, and they went into his bedroom. He was going to say his night prayers, and he knelt down, and all of a sudden, they heard him saying the alphabet very reverently. A, B, C. He got away through it, and they said, "Son, what were you doing?" He said, "I can't remember my prayers." He said, "I don't remember what I wanted to say, but I said all the letters, and hopefully God put the words there of my prayers that he needed to hear." Praying. Praying is like eating. And you're going to say, he's nuts. You all know me, some of you know me, and you know that I'm a foodie, right? A foodie is a person who loves the taste of food. I don't need massive quantities of food, but I love savory and sweet and picante. I love all those things coming together. Case in point, on Friday after Mass, one of the students said, "Do you want to go to lunch? Chick-fil-A is open." I said, "Absolutely." We went and we each got a package of 8 chicken nuggets. In front of me, I had the Polynesian sauce, I had the barbecue sauce, and I had the Chick-fil-A special sauce. Because I wanted all 3 of those flavors on my Chick-fil-A nuggets. I wanted to taste the sweetness and the smoothness of that Chick-fil-A sauce. I wanted the bite of the barbecue. I wanted that nice, sweet pleasure of the Polynesian sauce. The student was looking at me saying, "My God." I said, "Yeah, I'm a foodie. I like the taste of food. But I'm also a whiny," for those of you who know. Not a whiner, not a wino, a whiny. In other words, if I like food so much, I also like to pair it with wine. There's nothing like pairing a great piece of meat with a great Cabernet Sauvignon or a nice piece of pork with a beautiful Pinot Noir. You hear me talking, I'm a foodie and I'm a whiny. But guess what? Every day cannot be a sumptuous banquet of the choicest foods and the best wines. I would hate going to the table if that's what it was every day. It's nice to have that as a special occasion. But if that were every day, I'd probably make an excuse for not going and go make myself a bologna sandwich. Because sometimes that's all we want to eat. My sisters and brothers, eating is like praying. Somehow we get it into our minds that our prayers have to be full of energy and perfectly said and perfectly composed. They don't always have to be that way. They sometimes just come from our hearts. when we're tired and exhausted, I'm not going to be energetic in my prayer and dancing around talking to God and singing His praises. I'm going to say, Lord, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. This is the prayer of my heart. Praying every day, when people tell me I don't have time to pray every day, I want to slap myself in the head and say, how is that possible? When you're walking from one place to the next on campus, if you're sitting in Belk Library, if you're in your dorm apartment, wherever you are, there is one moment when you can lift your heart and mind to God in prayer. It's very possible. I don't expect people to walk around with a Bible. Paul says the Scriptures are very important to us as a means of prayer. All of you who have smartphones or computers, there's apps for that that give you a daily prayer passage from the Scriptures that you can think about and pray about all day. It's very simple. Praying always, without getting weary. Sometimes we get weary because we feel we're doing all the talking and God's not doing any answering. My brothers and sisters, we sometimes ask for presents, P-R-E-S-E-N-T-S, from God. Heal my mother, heal my father, heal my friend, make me win the lottery, get me through this test. Whatever our prayers, we're looking for presents when God promises us one thing, and that is presence. P-R-E-S-E-N-C-E. Whenever we say, God, I'm here. I don't have any energy today. I'm just sending a little message up there to tell you that I'm here and I care about you. A perfect prayer. Or if you are energetic and just had a bunch of peanut butter chocolate chip cookies like I'm going to have after this Mass, I'm going to be jumping up and God, I'm so happy, I'm so energetic. That's my prayer from my heart. Praying from the heart is always